Hey, so if you're feeling burned out at work, you may be wondering whether it's the profession, is it law, or is it your particular job, or is it something else? And a lot of lawyers I work with as a coach come to me wondering exactly that. Should I leave the law? Should I leave this firm? Or what should I do? So, one of the first questions I ask those individuals is whether they can identify a time in their law career where they felt truly engaged in their work. They felt internally motivated to do the work. They found the work fulfilling in some way. Maybe they even experienced a flow state, which is a really good sign of alignment between work and your strengths. So, a flow state is when we sort of lose sense of time. We're just really in the zone on a particular project. And when lawyers tell me, for example, I had one client tell me who came to me completely burned out, considering leaving her firm a year and a half ago. She immediately listed, I enjoy writing MSJs, I enjoy arguing in court, I like taking depositions, on and on. So I realized and reflected back to her, oh, you actually enjoy practicing law. She was burned out because she was working way too much, and she also has a toddler. So she just had way too much stress in her life, and we worked together, and now she's actually doing really well, and she chose to stay at the same law firm. So, but she did make some changes in her practice and in her life to give her more space for self-care and more time, and that really helped her. So another client, for example, said, I can't think of any times I've ever felt that way as a lawyer, and she had worked at 4 law firms. So sometimes I meet individuals like that where they have just never found law to be a fit. There's not ever a time they felt internally motivated and engaged in their work or energized by any of their work. So when that's the case, it may be that the profession itself could be misaligned with your strengths and values, with your natural gifts and abilities, and the gifts that I believe you are here to contribute to the world. So these are just a couple questions to consider if you're at a decision point and wondering, do I want to leave the law, or do I want to change jobs, or perhaps pivot to a different career? So I'd love to hear how this lands in the comments below. Thanks.